Jumping on here for possibly a short live, but only because I've got. Here, go and hold this in case you want to chat. Um, we've got somebody coming to the house from like a home health care company at some point, so might be cut short by that. But just wanted to really get on here real fast. Oh jeez. Just wanted to get on here real quick and express gratitude, update people. Got home yesterday, and man, it's pretty crazy to be back home and in for the regular grind, I guess. So my mission now is to get everything done and caught up on everything around the house and yard. And just kidding, not really. I need to behave. Hello there in Florida.
Did you talk about breaking your femur? Because a lot of people.
I'm gonna bring it up right now. For those who know already, I've been in the hospital the last few days with a broken femur. And hello, what's up? What's going on? How's it going over there, Tony? Got Tony over in the UK. Membered up, man. Appreciate it. It's been crazy. So on Friday when I was getting home, I was getting out of my van, and
So you guys celebrate
when I was getting out, my shoulder is really bad, so it's kind of a long story, but I was getting out of the van and I have to get out kind of a modified way because my shoulder's complete garbage. I need to have it operated on, but as I was turning my body to get down into my wheelchair, my foot pushed my wheelchair into like a reverse wheelie, and it kind of dragged my foot back with it. Those who don't know, I'm in a wheelchair, if you don't know that much. Paralyzed from the waist down, but that's another story, in a construction accident from about 12 years ago. But as the wheelchair slid away, it caused me to like slump down and slide down, and it was a pretty slow fall. I thought I had it beat, and I thought I landed okay, but then right at the last minute, I heard a big snap and could feel like a pop through my body, and I knew that I broke a bone. And I knew it was the bone that I probably feared breaking the most for a couple of reasons. People that are in a wheelchair for a long amount of time lose a lot of bone density, and the femur is like notorious for breaking for people that have been in a wheelchair for a while. So I have another reason why it's a bit of a concern. In the past, it was back in like 1998, so a while ago, I broke my femur in a construction fall where I'd fallen like 30 something feet and broke my femur. So dumb. And 2 years afterwards, I had to have the rod taken out. So that bone had already been jeopardized, I guess, and was. I know they say that the break heals stronger than the original bone, which is probably true because I didn't break where the original break was. It ended up causing a big spiral fracture down the length of my leg here. So see if I can turn it down a little bit, but this is where I'm at now. So I had about this section of my femur. See if I can turn sideways and mark it off a little bit better. About this area was all like in a twisted break, like around the bone. So like this piece was like broken out weird, but anyways, it was pretty gnarly break. And then Andrea and the girls were home. I had to call Andrea out to the driveway, and as she got out there with the girls, I was having a little bit of a stress meltdown and was just stressed, and like just so much was, I just overwhelmed. And Andrea had to remind me that the girls were there. Watch, pull up my big boy drawers and and snuggle on the babies for a little bit and pull it together. So medical showed up and transported me to the hospital. That was pretty painful. Had to put me in some traction while I was sitting on the ground. People, a lot of people have asked, and it's fair to wonder, like with my spinal cord injury and the fact that I'm paralyzed from the waist down, like people wonder how I'm able to feel anything or if I feel anything at all. But I have an incomplete spinal cord injury, which means that I can like move my quad a little bit and I can pull this leg back a little bit. It's really tiny. It's not like normal, and not my full quad works or my full hamstrings. So it's really tiny. And then this leg is generally about 80% weaker. So I don't have muscles that pull on these bones at all. But I also have where I can feel my skin, my body still. It's like not normal. It's like all kind of funky and decreased, but like I can tell it's being touched and bumped. And anyways, with it being broken inside there, I could feel right away when I tried to scoot to sit up and straighten up a little bit.
Mom.
I could feel the shards of bone moving against each other, and yeah, I just knew I was in bad shape from the second I got down to the ground finally. And it was devastating mentally, psychologically. It just really just gasped me. So went to the hospital. My daughter Quinn rode up there with me, and then the staff in the ER up at McCady Hospital did a killer job. They really helped me out a lot, as much as they could, and listened to me and helped with my pain situation the best they could. But it was a really frustrating couple of days in the hospital. So as far as getting people to treat and manage my pain regimen, it was really frustrating because I wasn't even able to get the amount of care and pain management that I get and have on a regular basis to control things. And then on top of that, I had the broken leg, and so it just really it was frustrating. So yeah, it was crazy.
Beyond frustrating.
There's Andrea.
For those that don't know, for those that have been around, you know that Dan has an extreme chronic pain condition called adhesive arachnoiditis that causes him like way more pain than most people ever experience in a lifetime. And they literally wouldn't even give him the treatment he needed to cover that pain that he goes through without a broken femur, let alone give him the pain management that he needed with a broken femur. So
Yeah.
this mama bear / wife bear was battling a few people in the hospital.
Yeah, it was quite
But this time I didn't win. Usually I win.
yeah,
It was really frustrating.
Yeah, normally we between the two of us were able to get stuff done. I think it's because we kind of came to a little bit of a what we thought was a what do you call it? A compromise.
Yeah.
And then later we figured out that it was a really jacked up compromise, as we figured out that the base of the medication that they were treating me with was like a fraction of the strength I normally get. So like I was in a lot of pain the whole time, and it was just frustrating. But I wasn't able to control it at one point. Was able to had to help that out, and it was very obvious to see the difference from the controlled pain to not. So meaning that at one point when I got behind on my medication.
Did you go?
They had us on they had me using it's called a PCA pump, personal something or whatever. And basically, you have to hit a clicker for pain management, and they wanted to have it so that you'd hit this button every 10 minutes. It would give you medicine every 10 minutes. If you
Every
pushed
10 minutes.
So if you fell asleep or forgot or whatever, you would get that much less pain control that you already didn't have any control of.
blue.
And they
Anyways.
started this PCA pump
Mom,
at
I
like
got one
3:30 in the
Mom, I
morning,
got one
which
blue.
meant that I had to
Mom, I got one blue.
cool. I had to set an alarm for every 10 minutes through the entire night so that I could help Dan push the button so that he could stay somewhat on top of his pain medication, because the amount that they were giving him was nowhere near what he has to treat his chronic nerve pain. So
Mom, what does that say?
yeah, I hardly got any sleep the entire 3 nights we were
3
there.
nights there. Jeez.
Mom, what does that say?
Yeah, it was really lame because one night we fell asleep through the
Made in the USA.
through the alarms and got a couple hours of sleep, but I woke up in
Game was made.
a crap ton of pain. Like it sucked so bad, and like I'd fallen asleep for 2 hours.
Chicken and the biscuits,
That's
chicken
it.
and the
But
biscuits.
2 hours and where I already wasn't controlled on the pain, and then
I on blue, so.
to have like that much of a
Mom, I
setback was
landed on
like
blue. Guess what I
so
did to
frustrating.
blue?
That's the point where I finally had to use some of my own. Just
Can
screw
I,
it.
Leah Mac Leod says
McLeod? Or-
if you have a history with your doctor of being on something, do they not give you what you need?
That's what's
Would
really
calling
annoying.
your regular doctor work? That's what is so extremely
Sorry,
frustrating, is that they actually could see the medical records from the other hospital that Dan usually goes to. And he had his prescription and everything with him showing what he normally takes, and they still just completely ignored it and said that they couldn't give him medication that he needed.
And that was the argument Andrea was using too. She's like, you guys can't like take the word of a doctor that like sees him every day or like
For years
that
and
has
years.
treated him for the last however many years, and like
That knows your body, that knows your conditions. Like literally the doctors and nurses in there had never heard of adhesive arachnoiditis, yet they didn't bother to look it up. They didn't bother to ask any questions about it. They didn't bother to investigate on
just a minute, sweetheart.
why
Be
he
nice,
would need
okay?
that much pain medication or anything like that. They just kept saying no, 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 no. I mean, we had the hospital social workers, we had the advocates, we had everybody involved, and still we're not able to get
Ice cream.
the
Yeah.
pain control that he needed.
Yeah, it was really, really upsetting. And at least when we usually go to our regular hospital, the University of Utah, like in the past, they've all pulled up and investigated to see what my condition was, and then look up past stays, and then like immediately get me on my treatment of pain regimen and stuff, which I get that it's high and it's unusual, and like these doctors freak out because they're worried about being responsible if they cause a problem. But goodness, man, like put some faith in the system that you're working for, right? Like, anyways, so now I've got a rod in my femur. I broke my femur, and let's see, you guys can see it down here.
While
It's pretty
he's
crazy.
doing that, I just Aunt Spice says, "Look at you, Dan. Thank you, Jesus, for hearing and answering prayers. I'm so glad you're home and feeling better." I just wanted to say, yeah, in the midst of all this griping about the pain medication and the lack of care that way, yeah, we are so incredibly thankful, because both of us were thinking it was going to be so much worse than it is, and thinking that it was going to be like a several month
patient. We're
healing
trying to be-
process and affect his
giving you lots of
movement and
time,
how he was
okay?
able to transfer and all the things, but it's like he doesn't even have a cast on. Like it just blows our minds, and we're extremely thankful, and yes, lots of prayers were answered. So, and also it was frustrating in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. The surgeon, though, when he finally came into the picture,
Daddy.
he did an amazing job. And here's the work on the femur.
Don't eat them if you don't want them.
So we've got
They're not good for
a
you.
couple of small incisions in here, and one on the knee. And then I've got one more up here where they had to put some
Go.
screws into the bone, which
I'm gonna go.
is really pretty crazy that they can.
Or you could chill.
There's a rod. They were able to put a big old rod all the way through my femur. They had to do this one to help line up the bone fragments and different things because it was it's what they call a spiral fracture. So it didn't just snap it. It was like twist. There's like a twisted break. Honey, no, thank you. So, anyways, it was quite the break to deal with. Any other questions or comments? If you guys have comments on there, like they're coming through and real fast, whatever. But if you want to ask something or you want to address something in any way, feel free to do a super. That way it stands out and we don't miss your comment or your thoughts or whatever it is that you're after. But yeah, it's been overwhelming in a lot of ways. So when that bone popped and I was sitting in the driveway, I thought, oh my gosh, like,
Mom.
No.
do not know how far this is going to put me out. Like I still have I'm supposed to have imaging for my shoulder because I need to get this set up for replacement
You
still.
wanna go to one?
And then like just it's already been a rough year. I've been in the hospital way too much this year. From like February to September, it was like in and out like a revolving door for that cellulitis infection in my leg. It's been really frustrating. So to have that on top of it, I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to tell Andrea. I don't want to accept
Your
it.
turn.
But I tried to move just a tiny bit to straighten out, and like I said, I still have feeling and sensation inside, and so like it was like I could feel the bone
There's
crunching.
no blues
Oh man,
and
it hurts when I think about it. When I tried to straighten it, because like my foot was wanting to tip one way, and my leg and thigh was all broken and laying another way. So I had great help show up. The paramedics and medical people that showed up, they really did a good job. They did just a really controlled scene as far as having to put my leg in traction and everybody working with one another, and they got it handled really well. That was good. So it was a painful ride up to the hospital, and then up to the hospital they had to move me a couple of times, and during those they gave me another medication that was like, whoa, so rough. Anyways, you guys, it was it's been a crazy couple of days, and happy as heck to be home. It's unbelievable that I'm home. In fact, last night I went to the gym, took my son and his friend to the gym, and went in there and worked out.
I don't want
Went and worked out my arms a little bit. But
Yeah, I didn't get the
yeah,
gummies.
thanks, Nico. Welcome home. Thanks, brother.
Mommy,
Appreciate
I
it.
didn't want the gummies, so
So,
can I pick a different one?
anyways, anybody have any questions? Feel free to throw them out there
What?
and comments or whatever.
want
But
gummies.
it sounds like
'Cause
after
I didn't want to go
a
there.
few more days,
'Cause
be
then
able
I
to
was going all the way backwards.
just
R. Pierce says,
business as usual.
I have sent this message to you in many ways, but I will just say again without too much explanation, but with sincerity, to look into the carnivore diet, especially with your current situation.
The carnivore diet.
Good
Okay.
job. I just was looking it up. It's like I think that's what Dino has been telling you to do as well. It's like all meat and butter
Yeah,
and
that's crazy because I just
dairy,
saw
but
something else on
you're
that
not
last night.
allowed to have vegetables or fruits or
Really?
nuts or things like that.
Yeah, I need to.
Seems like that might be actually a good diet for you.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact, like it wants you to have fatty cuts of meat, but that causes lots of inflammation. I don't know. I'm always torn with a diet like that because it causes lots of inflammation, I think.
Yeah, it's weird to wonder how that'll work. And can you throw these away too, baby? How that'll work with my body, but I'll look into that a little bit better and just see. But yeah, thanks for the thoughts there too. Gosh, I got home. Well, my arm was hurting back at the hospital the last like day. It was burning pretty good. Usually when I get into the medical facility, they've been having to replace my IVs like way too much, and I get so stressed out with that. So this one, I didn't end up complaining or saying anything. Yeah, I didn't say anything about my discomfort on my arm, but when the nurse took the IV out yesterday, I could tell that it was pretty bulgy, and she could too. The way she was touching it, she didn't say anything about it, but I got home last night and just big old massive lump here, and it's just really sore. But I'm curious at what point that thing ended up having problems.
Vicky's crafting home said, can they not go by your current prescription on your admission to the hospital? That's the thing. Like, I want to reiterate, it is ridiculous that and this, we're not the only ones. We've seen and heard lots of other stories of people, whether it's whatever medications it is, like they have to just treat you for what you're being seen for, and they pretty much neglect any medication. I mean, they didn't give him any of his medications that he was on, his antibiotics that he needs for his
Mommy, I look like a house.
yeah,
I do.
for his cellulitis infection, like Butrin he take, like they didn't give him anything that he normally takes. But yeah, you would think without a broken system, you would think that they would just look at what you take and make sure you maintain that, and then treat what you're there for on top of it.
Do more on top of that.
No, it's crazy. And I asked several people to try and figure out like who I could talk to try to like make a difference and advocate for change, like not just for us, but for everybody, because the whole system is just absolutely ridiculous.
Mommy, there. Now we can play.
Yeah, it's been really frustrating. The other crappy part is that this hospital that we went to just recently linked up with the hospital I regularly go to. So when I was in the ER doctor was able to like go up and
Mommy, can you
he
fix
like
it?
took my word, and he went and looked in the computer and was able to see that, okay, this is what they do for your pain. So yeah, you don't have any problem changing it. And so the ER doctor actually listened to me and helped to get things under control when we were down there, and had a lot of concern because I was wanting to go to our regular hospital, but he assured me that they could see the records up there on the floor too, and that everything would be taken care of, and there wouldn't be any problems because they're just joined the same system and all that stuff. But it was really frustrating because I went in for X-ray.
My boat fell off.
And they told me that, yeah, you broke your leg and we're going to need to likely have surgery to fix it. But I never once got to see it until, 5 minutes before surgery when we met with the surgeon finally.
Yeah, so we knew, and that was 3 days later. But
Yeah.
so we knew his femur was broken, but we didn't know where it was broken or what the surgery would entail or what the after would be like, if he was going to be in a cast or what was going to be happening. Parth is on, and he says he hasn't been online. He's wondering what's going on.
Oh, hey Parth. Yeah, bud. So Friday I ended up, I got home and from the hospital, from a doctor's appointment, and was getting out of the van, and somehow my wheelchair kind of,
Can I have this?
kicked back on me, and as it kicked back, it caused me to fall to the ground, and when I went to the ground, my right leg bends and is a lot more agile than my left.
Water in
But
your pants.
when I ended up on the ground,
I'm pouring water in your
right at the last minute, I heard and felt like a loud snap, like a pop, like underwater. If you can imagine, like breaking something underwater, just like a
Where?
thunk. They're right here. So it was.
Mommy, what are you going to do?
Watch. I'll show you.
Okay.
One of those. But
Okay, watch.
anyways, it was I ended up breaking my femur. So you can see this is post surgery now, and let me scoot back here a little bit.
What is
So they had this leg's
Show
been
you what we're gonna do.
way too swollen way too many times this
Want me to
year.
do it for you too.
But they've got a little incision down here in the front, and then 2 right here on the side, and then 1 more up here where they had to put screws through my femur.
Here's what we're gonna do.
So anyways, it's been pretty crazy, and people are really curious, you know, with a spinal cord injury and being paralyzed, like how, like, can you even feel any of that? But yes, I have an incomplete spinal cord injury, which is like where I'm able to like move my leg a little bit still. This one was a lot less, but yeah, I might have my healthcare guy here. We'll see, but okay. So anyways, I've got a home health guy that sounds like they might be here that I've got to chat with to get set up for any home health stuff. So I'm probably going to go do that, but want to just touch base real quick and tell y'all that I'm home and doing all right. And then I will jump on here and hey, Quarantina. Dang, I haven't seen you in a while. But I'm gonna head out there for that, unless you want to chat. But I'll head out there.
Come here, Mommy.
All right, so
Mommy, come here.
I'll talk to y'all later, and I'll come on live here in about half hour, an hour. So, anyways, love you
Want a
guys.
little bit more information? We posted a YouTube video yesterday when we were about to leave the hospital. You can check that out.
Yeah, check that out. But thanks you guys for your love and support, and I'll be back shortly.